seen Ronnie?
You tell me. I'm working her anyway. We've got some pickies and we lose more than we gain by just hanging around. It looks like they used the jar, then washed it and wiped it clean.
Sarge, any idea why uniforms are doing the happy snaps?
Crime scene are overstretched. There'll be a couple of hours.
Right, hit me with the budget stick.
Ronnie, the superintendent's been making noises about funding for over a month. Not much we can do about it. So what have we got?
Well, clearly she was attacked here, dumped in the bath, washed clean. We've got a partial footprint here. Maybe a sneaker.
Approximate time of death was around 10 o'clock last night. Non-consensual sex looks to be the go.
There's some bruising, tearing. I'm thinking probably rape. I can give you more later.
Detectives, we've got signs of a break-in side window, and someone's been through drawers, tipped out a handbag.
3 for the price of 1. Rape, murder and robbery. I'll take a look.
Why leave these?
Because they're dumb.
Or maybe someone wanted to make it look like a robbery.
Tara Mason. At least we've got her place of work. Maybe that'll give us next of kin.
Yeah. Judith,
Stanley,
what are you doing here?
I've been advising on a case in court and the police prosecutor asked me to come over and look for Tara Mason.
I'm sorry, a case?
Well, we've got an irate judge in a full courtroom waiting for her. She's a sitting juror on the Punkoff rape trial.
How come you're helping prosecute this case?
Well, I'm not. I just advise on rape cases when I'm asked. Seems to me that the victims need a good defence lawyer in their corner more than the accused do.
So how's Jodie Punkoff going to take this?
Oh, I really don't know. Everyone reaches breaking point eventually, don't they? It's taken 3 years to bring the Linton brothers to trial. They get name suppression. The young woman they raped gets her picture plastered all over the papers. And 5 months on the griller in the courtroom. Now this.
I don't get it. Why's the trial out the window? They've got backup jurors, haven't they?
Too late for a backup. The jury was about to be instructed so they could retire to consider their verdict today. It'll have to be declared a mistrial.
And you're suggesting that these two accused, this Marcus and Aaron Linton, they were behind the murder of the juror?
Ever since this case has gone to trial, the Linton brothers have been prevaricating and delaying.
Are they in custody, these two blokes?
Didn't you read the papers, Duncan?
I get enough unpleasant stuff to deal with around here, thanks, Jen.
They've been out on bail ever since they were charged. The whole time. Money talk.
Or at least advise you people who know how to talk for you.
Jodie's the one who's been imprisoned. Scared to go out, fingers pointed, morals questioned. She gets a boyfriend, she's a slut. She wears a short skirt, it's proof she was asking for it. That's nearly 3 years ago. I really don't know how she's managed to hang in there.
How's the trial shaping up? Do you think they were looking at a guilty verdict?
Absolutely. The Linton brothers were going down hard. Now, their high-priced SC, Valerie Zimmerman... Oh, I take it you've heard of her.
We've banged heads with Miss Zimmerman before.
Well, she pulled out every stop to try and break Jodie down, but she couldn't even make a dent. I'm just not sure that Jodie can go another round, even though the weight of evidence is on her side. It all points to Marcus and Aaron Linton. They did this.
Innocent until proven. Isn't that supposed to be par for the course?
It was proven, and they were about to be sentenced.
I'm talking about this murder. I mean, for us, the rape has to be a side issue. Or homicide.
Police prosecutor wants to see me. The jury's been discharged, and Valerie Zimmerman's got herself a mistrial. For this girl, justice just went down the gurgler.
Justice may have gone down the gurgler for Jodie Punkoff, but it was Tara Mason's blood in that bath. Get onto it.
She lived alone. She was 29. An advertising copywriter. The family live on a farm near Mildura.
Country cops are doing the death knock. Only child. Be a tough one.
She'd moved down from Sydney recently. She'd only been in her job for a few weeks before she was landed with jury duty.
So the people she's been closest to for the last 5 months are the other jurors?
More so than her co-workers, yeah.
You're right. Simon, you and Duncan talk to the other jurors, see what you find out about it. Jennifer, you and Matt get over and check out the Linton brothers.
Help you?
Detectives Mapplethorpe and Ryan.
Right. Which is which? Now let me guess. Ryan.
I'm Detective Ryan. You're off out, are you, Mr. Linton?
That was the plan, yes.
Hook up with some mates, celebrate.
What's it to you?
You might have to put your celebrations on hold.
We have some questions.
Yeah, what about?
A murder.
Well, you better come inside then. And they're lucky they caught us, eh, Aaron? Yeah. And we are lucky our lawyer's here, aren't we?
This is Valerie Zimmerman, my lawyer.
Yes, we know who Miss Zimmerman is.
Usually, Valerie confines her operations to the courtroom, but due to the circumstances...
What's this about?
A murder. We're from Homicide.
Yes, I think I've seen you trotting around after Stanley Wharf, haven't I? What do you want here?
Are we interrupting a meeting?
My client's trial has been abandoned. It's perfectly understandable that I should need to brief them.
And strategise, yes.
Strategizing makes sense. There'll probably be another trial in due course.
Now, perhaps you'd like to answer Miss Zimmerman's question. What do you want?
We have some questions of our own, Mr. Linton, for your sons.
You have no right to ask them anything.
Actually, Alistair, they do.
What?
Ask away. But be very careful.
Last night, between 8 and 10, where were you?
Where was I, Aaron?
Same place I was, I think. With him.
And where was that?
They were here, at home.
Let them answer, please. Sir? It's a big house. You have your own room.
Rooms, plural.
It's a very big house.
And what were you doing in those rooms?
Watching DVDs.
What DVDs?
Does it matter?
Yes.
I don't remember the titles. It was just some horror stuff.
Did you check on them, sir?
They're not children.
So you can't say that they were definitely here, can you?
They were here. And they've answered your questions.
Still, given the size of the place, hard to confirm, right? Same as the night Jodie Punkoff was raped.
Dangerous ground, Detective.
She wasn't raped. It was consensual. Check our statements.
We have. And hers.
She's a lying little cow. Our lives have been put on hold for 3 years because of her.
All right.
Marcus was supposed to be in the States studying by now. She threw a spanner in that cow.
Enough. Now, what's all this got to do with where Aaron and Marcus were last night?
I think you know the answer to that question, Miss Zimmerman. You're aware of why the rape trial was abandoned?
Let's see, dead juror?
That'd be it, yeah.
Do you remember the juror in question?
No.
What shoe size are you?
11. I'm 11.
And yours?
10. Why?
The juror, Tara Mason, did you try to intimidate her during the course of the trial?
For God's sake.
How about other jurors? Did you have people intimidate and threaten them?
Oh, this is outrageous. Valerie.
Can they ask us to stop?
It's relevant. You delayed the trial as long as possible. Last night's bought you a whole lot more time to intimidate more people.
You have now moved from asking questions to making allegations, Detective. Very serious ones. Unless you're prepared to back them up with either evidence or an arrest, I suggest you leave.
What a bitch.
She's doing her job.
I just hope Duncan and Simon get something out of those jurors before she finds a way of gagging them.
Yeah.
Franco Torelli.
Come with us, please, ma'am.
We wouldn't have been a long time in that jury room coming to a verdict. No.
Did Tara Mason believe they were guilty? I think so, yeah. I think we all did.
Mr. Otley, there's been a theory that she could have been put under pressure to develop a different opinion.
What, to hang the jury?
Yes.
And she resisted. I suppose it's possible. There were rumours of jurors being threatened.
Did she speak to you about that, Mr. Piper?
No, she didn't.
There were some whispers about bribes too. Not just intimidation, but people being paid off.
Whispers?
Nobody offered me nothing. Good thing. I might have accepted. My husband here died last year. I have to work hard.
Mrs. Torelli, did you notice anyone paying Tara Mason particular attention?
Hey, I mind my business, okay? I don't go watching people.
What about outside the court?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, did you see anyone following her or waiting for her?
No, nothing I picked up on.
How well did you get to know her?
Oh, talk, chat. She was just one of the people I was stuck with for 5 months.
I didn't actually get on with Tara, really. Well, we did at first, but after a bit, I'd steer clear of her.
Why?
We're not supposed to discuss the case, you know. Curtis said she'd talk about it during lunch, in breaks, so he stopped sitting near her.
Better just to keep my distance, I thought. I didn't want to have to report it to the marshal about discussing the trial.
Did you think they were guilty, the Linton brothers?
I did, yeah.
Were they worried enough about that verdict to commit murder?
Am I allowed to talk about the verdict?
You are now. It's a new trial, new jury.
Maybe that was the point of killing her.
Those young men, they were guilty. And they knew that we would say so. They raped that poor Pankoff girl. You ask me, they wouldn't stop at murder neither.
Detectives, I hear you've been getting Valerie Zimmerman all fired up.
Ma'am, her clients are likely suspects in a murder. We're just doing our job.
Yeah, well, according to her, you were more interested in the rape case.
It's relevant. Our victim was a juror and she could have been killed to put a stop on that trial.
Valerie Zimmerman will fight you. That's her job. So if you're smart, you won't give her any ammunition. Good night.
You reckon Zimmerman's got her on speed dial or what?
Maybe. At least Waverley's giving us a heads up.
We're done with our jurors.
Get anything?
Nothing useful. 9 down, 3 to go.
2. One of them's dead, remember?
They all said the same thing. Those boys were going for a row on that rape. I got to tell you, Judith Wellingshaw knows how to read a jury.
Yeah, and her opposition.
Ronnie, what have you got for us?
Autopsy report. Here you go. Express delivery.
Any semen, pubic hair?
No, but I did find minute traces of lubricant.
Condom?
Yep. Then washed her as well.
Yeah, organised. What about crime scene?
Still waiting for information. The Linton boys' shoe size were 10 and 11. Might fit the print that we found.
How'd you go with them?
Not great. The father abused us
Brother sneered at us.
and stonewalled by Valerie Zimmerman.
Apart from that, great day, huh? All right, well, be good. If you can't, be careful.
I feel sorry for the punk-off girl up against this lot.
Well, lucky she's got someone like Judith Welling in her corner.
It seems to me like we're only focusing on the Lintons here. Now, what about Tara Mason's friends, boyfriends, ex-lovers?
We're putting that together now. There are 2 ex-fiancés. One's overseas, one's now in Queensland. We're trying to contact them. Apart from that, we haven't got much else to focus on.
Anyway, the Lintons have to be up there. There's nothing wrong with prioritising, right?
There is, if it's misguided. They may be rapists, but it doesn't necessarily mean they're murderers.
Why, you think that there's no link between 2 such crimes?
Look, I know. I mean, both crimes are violence. But all I'm saying is that we still should be looking at other possibilities.
Like who? Seems to me they're at the top of the hit parade.
Thanks. Sure.
Still nothing useful from crime scene. We do have some better news from the door knock, though. So Senior Constable Stern turned up a late-night dog walker who saw a man in a hooded jacket, jeans, white sneakers, running from the house just after 11 o'clock.
Good.
I'll try to have a better description for you by the morning.
Thanks, Sarge.
Appreciate it, thanks. Sorry. How did you get in here? Do I need to speak to someone about security?
No, your sergeant brought me up. I knew you'd still be here.
A dedicated professional. Judith, now what can I do for you?
I need your help. Jodie Punkoff's had enough. She's talking about backing out. But I know she'll never forgive herself if she does. Throwing in the towel isn't going to make her feel any better.
I don't see how I can help you there.
You could talk to her. Someone needs to convince her that the system can still work. I don't want to lose her on this, Stanley. So for her sake, I could really use your help.
Marcus was a regular client of mine at the salon. I was only 18 then. He was nice. I liked him. He used to flirt with me. I like that too.
I'll make us some tea, yes?
Thank you. He invited me out for a drink. I didn't have a boyfriend or anything, so I said yes. Then he said we should maybe go to his place, get in a pizza, play some pool. I could meet his brother. I wasn't too sure about it, but he said his dad would be home and he seemed so nice. The house is big. The boys have got their own apartment, really. So, then I say I should get going. And Marcus says he'll drive me, but I say, no, you've been drinking. And then, just like that, he turns, tells me I don't want to go. Not really. And he tries to kiss me, to fill me up. So I push him away and he gets angry, shoves me on the couch. When I start to scream, his brother just turns the music up louder. And Marcus hits me hard. And I can hear this dull snap because my jaw breaks. And then they strip me off. And Marcus uses his belt to tie my hands. And then they rape me. I start to crawl away, and Marcus stomps on me, breaks 2 ribs, says I'm not going anywhere. Oh, his brother just sits on the couch, watching and smiling. Then they helped me get dressed. And Marcus drove me home. And the whole way he chatted like nothing had even happened. He dropped me at the corner. He took my purse and told me just to say I'd been mugged or he'd come and find me. And he'd do it again.
Please. She told me straight away. Same night. We reported it, did what everyone asked. Was very proud of her. She was strong, brave. And then all these delays, months, years. And finally the trial, that woman, a lawyer. No mercy. No understanding, just attack, attack, attack. It's like my little girl's being raped all over again.
You don't?
No, I haven't. I haven't for years.
Was it a problem?
Not for me. I loved it. For everyone around me.
I'm sorry. None of my business.
No, that's fine.
Still, since I've stepped over that boundary, how's the separation going, Stanley?
You've heard about that?
It's not a secret, is it?
Apparently not. It is what it is. I see the children. Linda's making a new life for herself. I've still got the old one. Work, mainly.
Did you shut her out?
I suppose so. When you've got a room full of body parts, you tend to keep the door locked.
So, what do you think of Jodie?
I think you're right. I think she's a very courageous young woman. I can see why you get involved in these things.
The jar is definitely the murder weapon. It was wiped clean, but pathology's found traces of talcum powder from the bottom of the jar in some of the wounds to Tara Mason's head.
Yeah, like the scattered cotton balls weren't a dead giveaway.
What about the shoe print?
Definitely a sneaker, about a size 10. Can't get it exact. We're waiting on manufacturers to identify a brand.
This is interesting. Committal hearing. They both started wearing suits after this.
Zimmerman would have worded them up pretty fast and got a suppression on their identities.
Yeah, but check it out. They're both wearing white sneakers.
Everyone owns sneakers then, don't they?
But you add that to the updated information that we've got from the dog walker.
The guy seen running away from the Tara Mason murder scene was about 180 tall. He was carrying a plastic shopping bag. And the hooded jacket he was wearing, it was green.
Right, so the height and the shoe size points to Marcus.
But the jacket favours Aaron.
But they work in tandem anyway.
Only one guy was seen running away.
OK, so we pull them both in, put some pressure on them.
Look, they won't admit to anything. Valerie Zimmerman will wipe the floor with us if we go in there with circumstantial evidence.
What a better warrant for the shoes.
They've probably ditched them by now anyway.
Only if sense wins over arrogance.
Senior Sergeant, we just had a call from one of our mobile units. They're attending a hit run. It's one of the Linton brothers.
Sounds like it was deliberate. Witnesses say there was a loud bang, like a backfire. The guys look around, start running. The car comes around the corner, after them up onto the footpath.
The older brother almost managed to get out of the way. This one took the full force of the impact.
The car glanced off the wall there and then just kept on going.
Blue car, it was a Corolla, but no one got the rego.
Right in front of my house. This is your fault. You people. It was bad enough, that little slut's accusations of rape. This is some vigilante gone mad.
That may well be the case, Mr. Linton. Whatever it is, you can be assured we'll be pursuing this vigorously.
I want this dealt with. I want the person who did this. My son is dead.
Yeah, and your other son is injured. You really need to get to the hospital.
Jennifer, you and Matt take Mr. Linton to Queen Victoria. See if you can get a better description and a statement from the son.
Sarge. Mr. Linton, there's another ambulance coming, and I'll take care of him.
I want them found.
Let's get you to the hospital.
I'll get some uniforms over there. We'll put them under guard. Blue Corolla. Your father's car was parked outside yesterday.
Which one of them's dead?
Aaron, is your father here?
You think Walter did this?
He owns a blue Corolla. It's not at the front.
She said he took off about an hour ago, but I don't believe that he'd do something like this.
There's a gun. An old gun. It was my grandfather's. It's gone. Papa's taken it.
That explains the loud backfire and why they ran.
Sarge?
I'm here with Jody Punkoff. Her father has a gun. Looks like he's already got one brother. He may still be looking for the other one.
Right. Well, we'll keep our eyes open.
No, back off. Back off.
Sarge, we've just found him. Mr. Punkoff, we're police. We want you to put down your weapon.
You can see our colleagues out there. They're armed. I'm armed too, Mr. Punkoff, but we don't need guns, do we? Just put yours down and we can talk. We've read your daughter's statements, seen the evidence. They put her through hell during that trial. Don't you think he deserves to go through the same thing? Why should he get any consideration?
He gets a bullet, not consideration.
Oh, for God's sake. Enough people have been hurt.
And my girl? Isn't she one of them? Did you care about her, her pain? All the delays, all the big-time lawyers you paid to make her look like some cheap whore.
That was never the intention.
What kind of father are you? Letting those boys do these things and helping them to get away?
They swore to me they'd done nothing wrong. I believed them.
My girl swears they raped her. They're animals.
What's this going to achieve? I'm begging you.
She's begging me. Like she begged. Stop, don't do it. You raped her. Confess this to me. You want to die with a lie on your lips, do you?
Please.
Stanley.
Die like a man. Tell me the truth.
Jennifer? Jennifer, I have Jody here with me.
Mr. Punkoff, your daughter wants to speak to you. Sarge?
Papa?
I'll hand the phone over to him, Jody.
No, don't come any closer. Throw it.
Papa?
I didn't know what else to do.
Please, Papa. Let him go.
I don't want it to finish like this.
Why? It'll be more years, more pain, more tears, more worry.
I don't care. I didn't put in 3 years, all that misery in court just to have the bastard get off.
If he dies, he doesn't get off.
Yes, he does. I want him to go to jail, Papa.
For a long time, to suffer.
Did you hear that? My daughter is begging for your son's life. Now ask me what kind of person she is.
Get him out of here.
Come on, let's go.
I know what your daughter is, you bloody maniac. She's a lying, conniving little bitch.
Oh, shut up. That's enough.
No, tell him, Dad. Arrest him. He killed Aaron. He tried to kill both of us.
We'll take your statement in good time, Marcus.
He was waiting outside our house. He fired that piece of junk at us, and when he missed, he tried to run us both down. He's crazy.
In good time. Right now, we have some questions for Mr. Punkoff.
Dad? Call Valerie Zimmerman?
That sounds like a good idea. You'll probably want her to be there when we interview you over this rape murder.
I want protection.
You don't need it. Walter Punkoff is in custody.
Well, it's not just him, is it? We've been getting threats ever since that trial began. Even more since it got canned.
The best protection you can get from the general public would be jail.
Maybe you should do what Walter Punkoff suggested and admit to the rape of his daughter.
Well, that sounds awfully like soliciting a confession, Detective.
I'm not admitting anything.
You don't need to respond, Marcus. The Punkoff matter isn't part of your investigation, is it?
No.
Jodie was consensual anyway.
Consensual? She had a broken jaw and a foot mark in the middle of her back. She was stomped on.
She was mugged after I dropped her off.
That's your version.
Yes, it is.
Marcus?
And if you must know, it was my brother who made the first move on the bitch at our place anyway.
Marcus.
Little bastard.
Let's confine our questions to this other matter, shall we?
Fine. Did you rape and murder Tara Mason, a juror on the Jodie Punkoff trial?
No, I don't even know which one she was.
Where were you the night before last, between the hours of 8 and midnight?
He's previously answered that question.
Answer it again, on the record.
My brother and I were at home watching DVDs. At least he was. I was only half watching. I was on the phone for over 3 hours, 8:45 till just after midnight.
Phone records, international to the United States.
Your people have been busy.
My girlfriend's over there on exchange. I should be there too.
So why didn't you tell us this before?
Damn it. I was at home. The movies were in front of me. I told you that's what I was doing. I don't have to give you the details of my personal life, my private conversations, do I?
We'll be checking with your girlfriend.
I can save you the trouble. Our people have already done that. Sworn affidavit from the US. She fully substantiates my client's statements. Anything else?
Not at this stage, no.
Interview terminated at 18:17. Both you and your brother had an interest in that trial failing to go forward. So, the phone call may provide you with an alibi, but it still leaves your brother right in the picture.
Mr. Linton's brother is dead, Detective. If you wish to prosecute a dead person, you certainly may do so, but right now, if you wish to ask any further questions of my client, may I suggest that we go back on the record? Or is he free to go?
He's free to go, right?
Right. You have a great day.
Can you believe that? His dead brother is suddenly the prime mover in the rape, so Marcus is going to use his death to get himself off the hook.
Well, Jodie Punkoff has only got her father to blame for that.
Well, Jodie Punkoff's rape isn't our gig. The best way to nail this cocky little bastard is to get him on the murder we're supposed to be investigating.
Well, he's off the hook for that one too, isn't he? He can't be in two places at once. He's got a rock-solid alibi.
Maybe not. Call could be a fake. Ring up, let it sit.
That would mean pulling the girlfriend into a conspiracy, and I can't see anyone putting their hand up to be an accessory to murder. Study grant scholarships, too much to lose.
Check it out anyway, but we need to focus on the witness's description of the man running away. The stolen goods, where are they?
Probably in the white plastic bag he was seen carrying. Small items.
Like what?
I don't know. We have no idea what was stolen.
Crime scene have finally come back with a brand on the sneakers, Sarge. Converse. We could lay a bet on arrogance. Get a search warrant for the house, check out their shoes, get tread patterns.
Yeah. We also need to re-evaluate, go back to the jurors again. They didn't spend 5 months living in each other's pockets without learning something about each other.
Sarge, one more thing from crime scene. They found a nose mount from some glasses lodged in the toilet brush in the bathroom.
Did Tara Mason wear glasses?
No.
Well, maybe a killer did. And they got broken during the attack.
Aaron Linton wore glasses.
So does his dad. And he's very passionate about his son's innocence.
I wonder what shoe size he is.
My shoe size? What the hell has that got to do with anything?
We'll be checking all your shoes anyway, sir, so you might as well tell us now.
I'm a 9. You suspect me of having something to do with that woman's murder?
You are a person of interest, sir. Yes. Thank you very much for coming in again, Mrs. Terrell.
Nothing better to do, eh?
She's on her way.
Even Ms. Zimmerman can't stop us from executing a warrant, sir.
We'll see about that, won't we?
What the hell's going on? There's police crawling all over my rooms.
Sorry for the inconvenience, but we do have a body in the morgue, so it is important.
I told you I had nothing to do with that.
You have my son's body, too. You damn well better be pursuing his death with similar vigor.
Your son's death is being dealt with, sir.
It was only a, how do you say, an impression. I thought maybe she was close with someone.
Close?
They tried to hide it, but they were more than just a friendly.
Someone associated with the trial?
Who? We're not answering any more questions until Valerie Zimmerman gets here.
That's your right, of course.
This is a joke. You're trying to intimidate us.
You wear glasses, sir?
Yes. I use several pairs. Different things. Reading, driving. My son wore glasses, too.
We have those. We need to see your glasses, all of them.
You're searching the house. Find them.
Your sunglasses, too.
Yeah, well, I hope you do find those. I keep losing them. The last ones are bloody expensive.
Why didn't you mention this before?
Because I didn't want to get anyone into any trouble, you know?
I'll get him put in for a chat.
Mrs. Torelli, do you think they were having an affair?
I don't know. It was like, you know, it was just a touch. Here, there, a look across the room, you know.
Oh, yeah, I know.
But if they were involved, having some kind of an affair, why would he kill her?
Sizes? 10, 11 and 9.
Yeah, we'll run tests on all of them.
Ridiculous.
And glasses?
What's all this with the glasses?
I think he bought them in court. Yes. The rest of the time, I'm not too sure.
Why not?
The last time I saw him, he wasn't wearing them then.
You lose them, did you?
Yes. I rang the court just this morning to see if I'd left them in the jury room. Can I ask the clerk?
Do you have any other pairs, Mr. Linton?
Apart from the ones you confiscated, no.
You said you had several pairs.
So?
So? People usually say a couple when there's just two.
Semantics, detective.
I used to have another pair. I changed the prescription.
Where are they?
I don't know, because I don't use them very often, do I?
And why are you ringing the court if you don't use them very much?
Well, it makes sense. If you needed to ditch your broken glasses suddenly, you could call up and cover your tracks.
Oh, right, that's smart.
Why would I want to do that?
What shoe size are you, Mr. Piper?
For the third bloody time, I'm a 9.
We found a partial footprint in Miss Mason's blood. Converse sneaker, 10.
Give or take.
You have my client's shoes?
Yes, legally obtained under warrant and logged as evidence.
I'll be checking the paperwork.
Oh, we've been meticulous, I can assure you.
Checking the tread patterns as we speak.
They'll find something if it was you. So if it was, perhaps you'd like to consider telling us the truth.
I didn't kill her. Why would I kill her? I hardly knew the woman, I told you.
I said you were friendly at first and then you kept your distance.
So?
So you're lying!
We think you did that because you'd become even friendlier, but you didn't want anyone to know.
No, that's not true.
You were having an affair, weren't you?
No.
You're married, right? 3 kids.
I didn't kill her.
Where were you when she was killed?
I was working late in my office. Alone.
Alone?
Reading in bed, yes.
Not a good alibi.
I didn't organize one. Because I didn't need one. Because I didn't kill that woman.
I didn't, I swear. It wasn't me.
Suspect 1, Curtis Piper.
Now, he's having an affair and the trial's coming to a close. His girlfriend wants to keep seeing him, maybe even take it further.
It all comes undone, so he takes the ugly way out.
Then there's Alistair Linton. He has no alibi.
He's feral about protecting his sons. He'd do just about anything to keep them out of prison.
Rape and murder? It's a bit extreme.
Well, his sons are rapists. Maybe they learnt that behaviour from Dad.
And he may have lost a pair of glasses.
Curtis Piper definitely lost his.
And dead Aaron Linton's are still intact, but his brother's lost a pair of sunnies.
What about the shoes?
Doing further testing, but Alistair Linton's well within the size range.
Piper would have known about the shoe size because it was presented as evidence in the trial. Jodie had bruises on her back from being stomped on.
We need to search his house too for glasses and shoes.
All right, I'll organise the warrants immediately and I'll have a word with the senior pathologist, see if he can speed up the science on the shoes we've already got.
Thank you, man.
Thanks, man.
We'll go and knock on some optometrists' doors. If that nose mount did come off her killer's glasses, maybe they tried to get them fixed.
Yeah, check out both areas where the Lintons and Curtis Piper live.
So there was this guy walking down the street, right, and he saw this sign on a shop that said Optimist. So he goes inside and he says to the guy behind the counter, "Mate, I think your sign is wrong. Aren't you an optometrist?" And the other guy says, "No, but I bet if I work at it, I soon could be." Thank you.
I think you need to work on that one. 2 sugars.
We're just filling in time while we wait for Mr. Piper's representation.
I haven't done anything.
Well, you shouldn't say anything either. Just wait for your lawyer.
Unless you want to talk to us. Do you?
No.
Well, I can tell you what we've got if you like. We've got the stage break-in. We've got the glasses, which match the broken piece that was found in Tara Mason's bathroom.
We've got the search warrant for the sneakers.
Our thinking is you probably bought 2 pairs of sneakers.
One size 10 to make the impression in the blood.
One in your own size, so that when you ran away, making sure you were seen, the witness would say you were wearing white sneakers. It's clever, that.
The bloody ones were in the plastic bag with the stolen stuff, right? You know, you should have taken the jewellery off the vanity. It was a big oversight. Made us very suspicious about the robbery element.
I reckon you probably dumped the plastic bag somewhere. If he was thorough, maybe we won't find it.
No, it doesn't matter. We got the glasses by knocking on doors. We'll just find out where he bought the sneakers the same way.
Green hooded jacket too.
Yes, that's not his taste either, so he must have bought that as well.
Probably paid cash for the shoes and the jacket though.
Yeah, but it's no problem. We'll just flash his photo like we did with the optometrists.
That was silly, using a false name of the optometrists. Very sus.
But he had to get them fixed, didn't he? See, normally they just pop the nose mounts back on. But the frames on your glasses were twisted as well, weren't they? Murder. A needless way to end an affair.
You were sat on a jury?
No.
Into a rape trial? 5 months sitting, listening to all that. Horrible, vicious, hideous, and titillating is the wrong word. Exciting, forbidden, and all the time she's sitting next to me, the warmth of her leg next to mine. She wanted to go on with it all afterwards. She wanted me to tell my wife, believe her. My wife, she's so conservative. In bed. Tara liked it rough. I didn't rape her, it was consensual.
Heard that one before, recently.
But you made it rougher than usual, made it look like rape.
And then I hit her. Kept hitting her until she was dead. Put her in the bath, washed her. But you've worked all that out anyway, haven't you?
That was the easy bit.
She threatened me. Said she'd tell my wife about us herself if I didn't. It was like she was turning into my wife, trying to tell me what to do.
So you killed her in cold blood?
I had to shut her up. I was not about to lose my family.
And now Jodie Punkoff has to go through another rape trial.
Well, I couldn't wait till after the verdict, could I?
No. Because the Linton brothers were going to be found guilty and in jail, they wouldn't be in the frame for killing Tara Mason, right?
Lawyer's here. Bring him in. Let's get this over with.
My client, Mr. Linton, will not be taking any questions, but he does wish to make this statement.
My son Marcus and I are both naturally devastated by the death of his brother Aaron. Both of my sons have been subjected to intolerable pressures over the last 3 years, and this vicious attack on them is yet another example of the vindictiveness and hatred to which suspects, even innocent suspects like Marcus, are subjected.
Marcus, switch the focus.
Yeah.
You're right. They're getting a new strategy in place for the next trial. It's going to be Aaron's fault now, the whole thing.
And that Miss Pankow chooses to maintain this fiction of having been raped by Aaron is a great disappointment to me.
Good work, everyone. Full reports in the morning.
Sorry, I did say no questions.
No, of course not. Save it for the trial, if there ever is one.
Oh, there will be. If Jodie's father's going to spend some time in jail, she doesn't want it to be for nothing. She'll go through with another trial, so...
Good news.
It's great. Great. Good.
She wants to discuss Mr. Panikoff's case.
Well, no, that's bull. She wants to get into his pants.
Oh, Duncan, too much information.
Come on, what's the problem? He's a free agent, isn't he? I say good luck to the man.
And her.